Whatever you can rightly say about India, the opposite is also true. British economist Joan Robinson. Early on the morning of August the 9th, 1942, the leader of the Indian National Congress, Jawaharlal Nehru, and 9 of his colleagues were bundled into a train at Bombay's Victoria terminus. Their destination was Ahmednagar Fort in the sweltering hills of modern-day Maharashtra. In 1707, the last of the Great Mughals, Aurangzeb, had died in the fort, the moment of his passing coinciding with a whirlwind so fierce that it blew down all the tents standing in the encampment. Villages were destroyed and trees overthrown. Under the British, Ahmednagar had been turned into a high-security jail. Nehru's incarceration would last 2 years and 9 months, the longest of his 9 stints as a prisoner of the Raj. His crime was to launch the Quit India movement, a desperate bid by Congress to pressure Britain into granting immediate independence if it were to count on India's full support for the war effort. The war would be almost over by the time he was released. India's future Prime Minister described Ahmednagar as a kind of Plato's cave, a prison whose inmates can only see shadows of what is going on around them. Yet he took solace in the sky over his prison yard with its fleecy and colourful clouds in the daytime and brilliant starlit nights. Inside the fort's walls was a firmament of a different kind. Nehru's small cohort of fellow prisoners represented a cross-section of Indian politics, scholarship and society. Between them they spoke 4 of India's classical languages, Sanskrit, Pali, Arabic and Persian, as well as more than half a dozen of its modern ones, including Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi and Telugu. I had all this wealth to draw upon, and the only limitation was my own capacity to profit by it, Nehru mused. There was plenty of time to cultivate a garden, hold impromptu seminars, and speculate on what was going on in the rest of the country. As he had done during his earlier jail terms, Nehru took the opportunity to satisfy his voracious appetite for reading classic works on history and politics, and to translate those ideas into his own writings. Compiled during many long, hot days, The Discovery of India, 1946, would become his best-known work. Nehru dismissed it as a jumble of ideas, a journey through the past that also peeped into the future. Much of the work is just that, a skein of unconnected thoughts. But he begins the book with a fundamental question. What is this India, apart from her physical and geographical aspects? In the last chapter, he feels confident enough to offer an answer, writing that India is a cultural unity amidst diversity, a bundle of contradictions held together by strong but invisible threads.